ASER की रिपोर्ट के हिसाब से 83% एजुकेटेड इंडियंस एम्प्लॉयबल ही नहीं है।
I did not choose this engineering life, sir, and neither did this engineering life choose me. It was shoved down my throat by my teachers while my hands were tied to my back by my friends and my parents watched in silence.
बिहार के सरकारी स्कूलों में पढ़ रहे बच्चों के भविष्य के साथ खिलवाड़ हो रहा है। बच्चों का भविष्य ऐसे शिक्षकों के हाथों में है जिनको अपना नाम भी ठीक से लिखना नहीं आता।
There were over 12,500 cases of student suicides in 2020 alone in India.
Education is not the amount of information that is put in the human brain. It must have man-making, character-making, and life-building assimilation of ideas. Then only by means of that education something can be gained in the world.
Education system is the concern of every Indian student. For better understanding these problems and the journey of Indian education system, let's move back to 2000 years ago to the ancient India period. In the ancient times, India had the Gurukula system of education in which anyone who wished to study went to the Guru's house and requested to be taught. If accepted as a student by the Guru, then he would stay at the Guru's place and help him in all activities at home. This not only created a strong bond between the teacher and the student, but also taught the student everything about running a house. The Guru taught everything the child wanted to learn, from Sanskrit to the holy scriptures and from mathematics to metaphysics. All learning was closely linked to the nature and to life, not limited to memorizing some information. Many great kings, mathematicians, astrologers, musicians were born in this period, like Aryabhatta, Samudragupta, Ved Vyas, Patanjali, etc. In this period, India was known as the Golden Sparrow, where knowledge was considered to be wealth, and there were universities like Nalanda, Takshila, Vallabhi, which were renowned worldwide. In the invasion period, invaders tried to destroy our culture, religion, and education. Firstly, Arabs and Turks destroyed many universities and temples, which was the heart of Indian system of education. There is a story of destroying Nalanda University, where Bakhtiyar Khilji decided to destroy the roots of knowledge, Buddhism and Ayurveda from the country. He set fire to the great library of Nalanda and burned down nearly 9 million manuscripts and books. The library was so vast and strong that it took 3 months to completely destroy it. The Turkish invaders also murdered the monks and scholars in the university. Later, Britishers changed the education system to their own needs, and then modern school system was brought to India, including the English language, originally by Lord Thomas Babington Macaulay in the 1830s. The curriculum was confined to modern subjects such as science and mathematics, and subjects like metaphysics and philosophy were considered unnecessary. Teaching was confined to classrooms and the link with nature was broken, as also the close relationship between the teacher and student was no more. Swami Vivekananda criticized the modern British system of education. According to him, it is not a man-making education, it is merely and entirely a negative education. Education or any training that is based on negative education is worse than death. The child is taken to school and the first thing he learns is that his father is a fool, and the second thing is that his grandfather is mad. The third thing is that all his teachers are hypocrites. The fourth is that all the sacred books are lies. By the time he is 16, he is a mass of negativity, lifeless and weak. And the result is that 50 years of such education has not produced one original man in the 3 presidencies. Unfortunately, after 7 decades of our freedom from Britishers, even today, Indian students are unable to get a true and quality education. Till now, our education system is incapable of turning out true Indians having self-confidence, self-reliance, selfless attitude and patriotic feeling. Today's education system is far away from ethics, spirituality and religion. Today, instead of giving birth to clerks, our education system produces so-called intellectuals to run after multinational companies, not to spread the ideals of our cultural heritage, glory and past, but to earn dollars and become a member in the club of millionaires. Instead of man-making, our current education system has become a money-making process. Yet, our education system fails to fulfill the dream of Gandhiji, Ram Rajya, an ideal state, Sri Aurobindo, unified India, or Swami Vivekananda to make India world leader once again. Today's education system at any levels, elementary, secondary or higher, does not intend to provide life building, man making and character building assimilation of ideas. It is simply the memorization, repetition and accumulation of facts. In short, the current education system has become more and more institutionalized, commercialized and commodified. The National Education Policy of India 2020, which was approved by the Union Cabinet of India on 29 July 2020, outlines the vision of new education system of India. The new policy replaces the previous national policy on education 1986. The policy is a comprehensive framework for elementary education to higher education as well as vocational training in both rural and urban India. The policy aims to transform India's education system by 2040. New Education Policy 2020 is a ray of hope for the students of India. What is now important is that the aspiration proposed in NEP 2020 match the implementation, which, considering the current educational scenario, would be a major challenge. But if properly implemented with seriousness, the ambitious target can be met. Now, as we have discussed the problems and the journey of Indian education system, let's discuss some solutions and what actions we can take to make our education system the best in the world once again. Education is the basis and backbone of human existence. We all talk about problems and blame our education system. There is a story where a philosopher started lecturing about swimming to a drowning man. The drowning man said, "Sir, first save me, bring me out of the river and then lecture me." The same thing is with us. We are all like that philosopher, lecturing and criticizing the education system and the government but doing nothing to solve the problem. We should understand that the government is only the head of the pyramid. A large portion are we, the common people. So the first thing we have to do is to stop criticizing and start working to solve the problems. We get educated, but we are never taught the true meaning of education. So the second step we can take is to understand what is the true meaning of education. As J. Krishnamurti used to say, there is no end to education. It is not that you read a book, pass an examination and finish with education. The whole of life, from the moment you are born to the moment you die, is a process of learning. Swami Vivekananda's vision of education in his own words: education is not the amount of information that is put into your brain and runs right there undigested all your life. We must have a life building, man making, character making assimilation of ideas. If you have accumulated 5 ideas and made them your life and character, you have more education than any man who has read a whole library. If education is identical with information, the libraries are the greatest sages in the world and encyclopedias are the rishis. Lastly, we as a youth of India have to take the responsibility to firstly educate ourselves and then help others to get man making and character building education. We also have to solve the problem of education using technology, entrepreneurship and innovation. By following the above mentioned step, surely we can change the system of education and become a Atmanirbhar Bharat or a self-reliant India once again. We hope you enjoyed this video and got some great insights. It's our humble request to spread the message of this video with your friends and family members and educate them as well. Also, make sure to join the Sijan Academy learning community by subscribing to the channel. Here we regularly bring quality educational videos, student problems and their solutions.